Hey everyone, and this is a book tag as you can see, which I haven't really done in a while, but I saw this over at Noah's channel, the bookworm, on Saturday. They did this with the Chaos Crew, meaning Elaine, Margaret, Kat, JJ, and them. I'm gonna link that video down here. That was live, and yeah, so I found the questions down below, so yeah, I'm gonna do it myself because it looks like a fun tag. First question: how many books have you bought so far this year? No lie and no estimates. Well, it says no summary receipts from the void meat answer. Okay, so honestly, as with the last few years, I'm kind of saying I'm gonna buy less, and then, well, I suppose I kind of buy a bit less, but I still buy. Like, I suppose also like saying that you'll buy no more books is kind of a stupid thing to say for a booktuber because that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. No, but yeah, I tend to buy at least some books each month, and we're now in April. I suppose I could go to my email just kind of check, but like I don't really also like I don't get emails for every book because like some books are bought in store. But I would say an educated guess, a good estimate. Because yeah, the exact number. I can't know the exact number, no. I don't write down the exact number. I mean, yeah, post about a lot of books that I buy. And also, like how do you define like books do you buy? Like I buy some books sometimes for friends and whatnot, like do like books I buy for other people. Do that those books count? Anyway, okay, I'm just gonna think about the books I bought myself. And honestly, I'm gonna think it's around 100. Because even though like I don't buy every book that I want to read, no. Uh, but yeah, I often buy like 3 or 5 when I'm in certain stores. And then sometimes I have no self control and buy a lot of books online. It's just so easy to like click and then pay, click, and then it's just here in your mailbox a few days later or a few weeks later. So yeah, yeah, I think I bought quite a few books this year. Honestly, yeah, I'm thinking around 100. It's not impossible. Like, on like just a few days ago, I ordered probably around 30 maybe, quite a few books, yeah. And then I ordered like 30 books before that, so yeah, I'm thinking 100 is not way off really. I can't be sure it's exact, but I'm guessing it's around there. Guessing it's around there. So yeah. Do I have any shame? No. Well, shame. I mean, it could be drugs. Could also be worse. So yeah. Book book question 2. The book that surprised you the most this year. Uh, the book that crept up like a plot twist in the dark. It's kind of fun, like addition to the question. But I suppose if I'm just going by like I suppose is the question what book gave me the biggest plot twist or what book surprised me in some way? Yeah, I thought about this book. No, but I meant that book. Yeah, I had a plan and then I forgot about. Okay, what book surprised me the most? Oh yeah. I have like, did I have a plan for this? But yeah, I did because do I plan videos? Somewhat. At least my tags are planned somewhat, but like forget about plan. But yeah, I do plan them. So yeah, I read Humankind back in I want to say February by Rutger Bergman. Rutger, yeah. It's a non-fiction book all about humans and how actually we're quite kind. A lot of people think that humans are just an awful species, and in some ways, yes, but also in a lot of ways, we are kind and compassionate and nice. And honestly, yeah, I would just say it's a great book to read if you want to kind of get some hope and yeah, get some hope about the world and compassion and be optimistic. Really, humankind by Rutger Bregman. Very good book. It's kind of long. It's well, yeah, 400 pages, but it's definitely worth it. New question three. What book have you read the most recently? Your current this book because I felt like you needed to be intense there. Have you read this? First, it's kind of difficult to answer because, like, I'll recommend a lot of books often and whatnot. But I think, honestly, I think my answer here would actually be the book that I'm reading currently, or I'm always reading several books currently. But one of them is Unapologetic Love Story by Elle McNichol. So I'm doing it on audio. But yeah, it's adult romance, and one of the main characters has autism, and it just goes into like what having autism in today's world looks like, or at least looks like for her, because people are different, of course. And I just love and I'm blanking out the name of the character, but yeah, I just love that character so much. But also the male main character is also great, and I just yeah, I'm loving this book so much. And it's also like I would say in general, like books where main characters have autism. I mean, there are some of them, yeah, but I feel like there kind of needs to be more. And I love that this is a new addition to that oeuvre, to that repertoire, to that canon. Let's say canon. And yeah, also if you're not like way into spiciness, I've read like 3.5 hours and there's no spiciness yet. I'm thinking it might have spiciness because it's an adult book, not that it has to have. Uh, but yeah, so far it's quite slow burn, so you know that. Um, yeah, I have 7 hours left, so it's like yeah, it's a 10-hour audiobook, I would say. Not that you need to know how long it is, but and now you do. Anyway, blah 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 blah. Question 4. What's a book you were excited for, but didn't quite hit? So, a book that didn't live up to expectations. So, yeah, I finished the Paris match. Well, started and finished it just a few days ago now. I love this cover, and I've heard great things about this offer. I had actually DNF'd this offer before. I don't quite remember why, but I did. And then I've heard people saying so much good things about this offer, I kind of want to give them another shot. This book came out this year, and I just love the cover. It takes place in Paris, looks like fun, so bought it. Sadly, I mean, again, it's not a book that it's not a book that I hated, but I feel like maybe my expectations because of the beautiful cover were way too high. So it's a romance, and there's like a slow burn, which usually I love, but I will say this was just way too slow burn. Like for the part of the book, I would say nothing really happened. Things happened, but a lot of things were like people just thinking to themselves that didn't really communicate, and yeah, no, no. Hopefully, this means that it's just this book I didn't like and not the author. But I would say like yeah, I did like because I still say you could kind of notice if you like the author or the book. I would say like the writing was good, but just the book itself, not that the book was awful, but book wasn't up to standards to the beautiful cover. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna read more by Kate Claiborne. But sadly, this one, no, no, did not live up to my hopes and dreams. Let's see the next question. What's your current reading vibe? Well, I would say quite a lot of the books I've been reading lately have been romances, as you might have guessed. Like, I still say to people I am an omnivore reader, I read everything, and I read a lot of things, yes. Not horror nor noir, sorry. Uh, but a lot of things that I kind of want to gravitate towards nowadays are like romance heavy books. But also doesn't have to be that. But I would say also I've discovered lately that if I'm picking up a fantasy, kind of has to be a cozy fantasy of that variety. Like before, I loved the like second world fantasy, and I did read one of those in February, March, I want to say, and I did like it, but it was part of a series, so I suppose that's kind of why. Will I start a new standalone where it's like all about saving the world right now? I'm not sure. I suppose I kind of just kind of like where it's like fantastical elements. It's a bakery with dragons and witches and shapeshifters, but there's no like big bad to take down. I suppose I'm kind of in that vibe nowadays, what I would say. So yeah, cozy or romantic. I would say my current vibe is yeah. Yeah. What are you saying for the perfect moment? Um. Yeah. Honestly, I don't feel like this book I'm saving. I have some books. Well, sorry. What book series is the question? Are you saying for the perfect moment? And yeah, there are some books that are part of series that I have at the moment on my TBR. I don't think I like have whole series that I own because I think that's kind of the part of question like that you own. I mean, there are on my physical, my imagined TBR, my floaty sky TBR books I want to read. There are series that I haven't gotten to at all, haven't started. Uh, but that I own, no, I can't really say there are. I mean, there's like this one series. No, because yeah, I feel like that's no. I can't really say that I have any series I haven't started that I own. So no, there's not really any books like that. I suppose the closest I could come is that I have some books that are Christmas themed, and I don't really read Christmas books in April. I don't. Some people do, and that's fun. Hooray for you! But I don't do that. I might start a Christmas book in November, but not before that. No, not before that. Well, the only exception, like if the book like starts at Christmas and then ends at Christmas, but it takes place over the year, I might read that. But that's also a might, I would say. Blah 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 blah. If your current read suddenly came to life and pulled you into its world, how well would you survive? Well, as usual, I have several current reads. You know what? I think I'm gonna just talk about all of them because, well, all of them. I can't talk about all of them. It's a lot, but I can talk about some of them. Um, so I have a current NetGalley, which is Philippa Flynn's Year of Pain and Panic and Piracy, which I suppose I just started. But I believe that's about a woman who goes like she ends up on the sea, being some sort of seafaring adventure and whatnot. It's a contemporary book, but still. I suppose that I could survive that. I've been on boats before. I don't think that's like a be on a boat by yourself type of a book, so I could survive that. And then we have Unapologetic Love Story, which just takes place in London, which I've been before. It's a normal place. I mean, I won't go to the shadiest part of London, but other than that, yeah, I feel like I could survive that. Then we have Secrets of the Purple Pearl by Kate McKinnon. I mean, this is a middle grade series with some monsters or whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I would say with myself, I just would be in this world. I would say maybe I'll just stay in the background and just look at what's happening. So I suppose in that way, I would. I mean, also it's not a world where like everything is creepy and scary. It's just some things. I mean, some series is like everything is dangerous, and some series is like these people are in danger because X, Y, and Z. So I don't think I would be in that much danger. So yeah, think I would be fine. Again, we have Unromance by Erin Connor, which is contemporary world. We'll be fine. Well, yeah, I have a lot of content current reads, so I'm just gonna stop there. But yeah, I think most of it would be fine. I mean, some of the books are fantasy books, yeah, but I think in those I would just kind of be in background, so thinking I would manage really. It's not really that dangerous of a world, really. So yeah. So yeah, it was fun. It was yeah fun to do this tag. I mean, I wasn't tagged, but I kind of felt tagged, and I was there during the live on Saturday, which was very fun to see. Also, and yeah, see this. I'm gonna write down the questions down below. So if you want to do this tag, you're it. Feel free to do it. I'm not quite sure what the tag is called. I feel like maybe it's just called the Chaos Gang tag. I'm not sure. I'm gonna ask Noah and then write the title here. But yeah. So it was fun, and I'll see you around. Bye.